Born to run, baby. Born to run. Welcome to the De Leon.
Well, hello everybody. This is Rob De Leon with the De Leon Hobby Garage, and today I've got something special to show you. And again, we're going to be talking about some slot cars. I only made like a couple of purchases this week, and one of them was this guy here. And I thought it was pretty cool. This might make a really cool looking car for the drag strip. It's an Auto World 57 Nomad. Haven't opened it up yet. And I've been collecting some more of these NASCAR bodies and then pairing them up with some chassis I've had. So here's a Ricky Rudd. Let me see if I can get that in focus there. There's a Ricky Rudd NASCAR. This is a Tyco, and I paired it up with a 440 X2 chassis, chrome wheels. And then here's another NASCAR I've got. I can't see who the driver of that one is there. Let's see if I can get that one to focus as well. And again, I paired this one up with another Tyco 440 X2 chassis with the gray wheels. Other than that, I've been collecting a lot of these guys here, and there's a reason why, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Now, these are tires from Auto World. They're supposed to be very similar in size to the original tires for the AFX cars. Again, there's a specific reason why I've been buying tires. I uncovered something that I've been not hiding, but I put away close to 30 years ago. A friend of mine back in the early 90s, he'd given me a box, and I think this is the original box here. I might be mistaken, but he gave me a box, and inside this old box was his collection of old AFX slot cars. And just for an example, here's one. Here's one of the AFX. They call that the Vega van. And actually, I just put a new chassis on it because it was missing wheels and stuff like that. This could be sort of the pinnacle of my collection. There is a lot of restoring that I need to do. There's a lot of wheels and extra parts and things that are missing. But let's go ahead and take a look at this stuff here. These cars actually belong to a friend named Joe Braun. And he gave me these cars years ago, back in the 90s. He was moving out of his house. At that point, I think I was just collecting Hot Wheels. I wasn't really doing slot cars or anything like that. I think he just wanted to make sure they went into the hands of somebody who would take care of them. And so they've been sitting in a box for probably about 30 years now. So let's take a look at a couple of these. So let's take a look at this one here. This appears to be a Tyco chassis with a Tyco body. Now the wheels, I don't know if these wheels are original. The front's probably original. The backs look like they've been modified. Maybe that's an aluminum wheel. So I'm gonna have to go through these cars, and kind of my trajectory, I think, is to kind of restore these back to their original condition. Now I do have one of these in the AFX sort of Auto World line, and this would be like the Smokey the Bandit car. I don't know exactly how different this body is compared to the version I already have, but as you can see, there's another one here. And this one also has kind of mixed match wheels and tires. This one looks like it's got the Magna Traction fronts, and I don't know exactly where those back wheels came from. And that is an AFX chassis there. I had this one when I was a kid, but I had the command control slotless version, and so the chassis was quite different. These wheels here, they look to be original. I think just maybe the chrome has kind of worn away, but I'm going to try to get this one back into sort of some original condition. These probably won't actually get raced again. These probably will just remain just sort of just display units, because I don't have my original Tyco anymore either. I don't know what happened to it, but it basically was the same Camaro IROC. And this is another Tyco. This one's kind of, what I've heard is this one's kind of a rare 57, and somebody said that the front end tilts, and it does. So it looks like it's got one of the little tilt mechanisms broken there, but it still has one that works. So this one's going to receive some new tires on it, and we'll get this one cleaned up, put it in display, Same thing for this one here. This one just basically needs to be cleaned up a little bit and needs some new tires. And probably this one would be good for the track. We'll take and clean up some of the chrome and polish out any scuffs or anything in the body like that. I also had one of these Camaros too. This was kind of a drag racing Camaro, and the chrome usually did not do very well in these cars. I think I almost probably had that same color, but I had the slotless version. So this one probably get a little bit of a restore job on it. Put some new wheels and tires on that. Actually, those wheels don't look too bad. I just clean them up and put some new tires, and that one might be ready for the drag strip. I'm really interested in these two here. I've got these two cars, these two stock cars, and I believe these were originally part of a set. So I've got some new tires for these. We'll be kind of cleaning these up. And actually in really good condition, so they won't need much. But these are old AFX Magna Traction cars. And this one too, here's another Magna Traction car. This is a Chevelle stock car. Looks like it needs some new tires as well, but in pretty good condition. Looks like it also could be lit. It's got the mechanism for the lighted headlights. I haven't actually pulled it out yet, so there's no bulb in there, but I think we could probably put a bulb in there and make it work. This one I haven't figured out which chassis this is. I'm going to have to go through, but it looks like this was a chassis that you could change lanes with, as I can see the 3 different contacts for the pickup shooters. But that looks like a Aurora chassis. I do have a 240Z similar to this already in the Auto World line. And this one looks like it's got some AFX specialty fronts, and it looks kind of like it's got, I can't tell if those are what kind of wheel that is from AFX, but so I might put a new chassis on this thing, or see if I can swap out the wheels, clean up the body, and this one's pretty much good to go. It's in very good condition from what I can tell. I do have quite a number of these Nomads. And this one here is just a plain orange Nomad. I think it's got the same, actually it's a little different. This one has a little fuel canister up in front. This one has a full grill. But this one's just going to basically need new tires, I think, and we're good to go. This one gets set up for the drag strip. We've already talked about the Vega van here. I just put a new chassis on it. Well, a new old chassis, and put this new axle through so I can get it complete. These tires should be okay. They're still sticky, so that one doesn't need much. Looks like Joe put some sort of little rat type of water slide decal up there. Here we have another AFX Trans Am, very similar to this one here. And what I might be able to do is swap out these wheels so one of them has matched wheels. But that looks like it's in pretty decent condition. Just needs a little bit of cleanup with some new tires, and we're good to go. This one here, I've been told that this one is a difficult vehicle to get. It looks like it's got some center lines off of one vehicle, and then it's got some Tyco wheels off of another. I had this truck when I was a kid, not the flame version, another version, and I could see that there's some little glue spots on there. I believe it had a roll bar in the back, so that might be something I can custom make and complete it again with a new roll bar. So I'll be looking into that one, but that one needs new tires. We have a van, and very similar to the van I was going to put together from Auto World. And so I do have tires for this one, and it looks like it's got the correct specialty wheels on it. So other than that, and just a clean and polish, this one's ready to go. Same thing with this one here. This one has the gold specialty wheels. So just clean and polish, and some new tires, and I think we're good to go there as well. This one here though, this one I believe is a little bit harder to find. And this is a Tyco. I'm not sure what these wheels are off of, but we're going to look into getting them restored. And this is a Dodge van. Now I haven't checked to see if any of these cars work. Again, these cars have been sitting in a box for 30 years. Now that I'm back into HO slot cars, you know, it's perfect timing. I was able to pull this box out and see all these cars. And here's a Formula One car. I understand this one had black specialty wheels on it, so I'm going to be looking for a set of those. It still has the mirrors, that's good. This looks like some sort of John Player special body. I'm going to have to get a chassis for that. And then here's a Ferrari body, and I'll have to get a chassis for that. Also have a couple of semi-trucks here. This one is a Tyco. It's just got the single axle in the back. And then you've got a couple of AFX. I've got this one here. These wheels look correct, I believe. And then I also have another one. I also have this one here. And this one looks like it's got mixed matched wheels. This is a AFX as well. So I'm gonna have to go through these and find out what they need and see what kind of tires I need to use. I've got a couple of trailers here. Looks like these might also need tires, obviously. And this one here, the decals have come off a bit, but those should be easily glued on again. Usually when you have really old stuff like this, the glue ends up falling off, and some parts fall off, and you just have to re-glue things. This also has a door that's missing, but the door is sitting right over here, so just to be glued back on. So if you made it this far in the video, you can see that this is quite a collection of vintage cars. From what I understand, most of these cars are from the 70s and early 80s. I've taken good care of them, leaving them in a dry, cool space for all these years. And so now it's time to bring them out and get them running again. Some of them again will be display units, and some of them will be put on the track and just maybe run, maybe not in an actual performance level, but just to take them around the track. Right now I'm just kind of collecting wheels and tires like this here, and probably have to get some repair parts for some of them, and they'll go into my collection. I'll just enjoy them, you know, probably as Joe enjoyed them before. So again, thanks a lot, man, for entrusting these cars with me. I've had them all these years, and they've just been sitting around, and I've been waiting for a day to bring them back out, and now today is that day. And as you can see, I'm back into slot cars again, like I was in the early 80s. And so I think this is going to be pretty fun. I'm still collecting stuff. I'm still getting my track ready. I have my drag strip back there. I'm still working on that. I really can't get to the drag strip because there's so much stuff in front of it. We're waiting to have a shop built so I can get some of this stuff out of there. Some of the toolboxes and things that will go into the shop. And then this will just strictly be just kind of a recreation room with my slot cars and RC stuff. Until then, it's going to kind of be tight. So if we were to try to drag race over here, there's really no room to get in there and actually race the cars unless I move stuff out of the garage, and I really don't want to do that. So until then, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you maybe in the next week or so. Luckily, we're in summer now. It's about 95 degrees outside, but it's comfortable in here. I've got this old fan over here making all kinds of racket, so hopefully it doesn't really distract from the video. So far, I think this is going to be a much more viable place to do my radio control stuff and my slot car stuff. because this is comfortable. You know, I don't need an air conditioner. It'd be nice to have one, but it's still comfortable in here. And this is probably the hottest it's going to get all year. It doesn't get much higher than the high 90s. So I think that's better than 115, you know. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye for now.